All right. Well, let's begin this morning's meeting of the Board of County Commissioners for October 25th, 2016. We'll begin this morning's meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brown.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, how are you? Coffee delivery? All right. So I need a motion for the approval of the minutes of the September 27th and October 4th, 2016 general sessions.
Move approval.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Minutes have been approved.
Great. The engineer.
Resolution number 765-16, authorization for the Franklin County engineer to enter into an agreement with CSX Transportation Incorporated, its subsidiaries, lessees, and various agencies regarding the improvement on Trayview Road.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dean Ringo, County Engineer.
Good morning, Dean.
I have nobody with me. It's just me today. But yes,
We can handle it.
we're trying.
You're dressed
Cornell briefed me.
right,
Yeah.
You know, you can handle anything.
Oh, he should have on red and blue today.
We should.
That's Saturday. The
Well,
tribe's
I
playing
know.
tonight.
I know they are.
We're rooting
Are you
tonight.
kidding? I know, you think I would.
I could have worn my baseball gear today.
Indians are playing tonight.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a new term, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. So, Commissioners, this is a resolution to give us ability to work with CSX on doing a minor repair on the Trayview Road Railroad crossing.
Good.
Right near Hague.
I'll move approval of resolution 765-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 765-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 766-16, resolution authorizing the Franklin County engineer to enter into a contract modification with Strand Associates Incorporated for the improvement of Big Run Road over Big Run, an increase of $10,200 for a revised contract amount of $100,136 for the improved amount of $10,200.
Commissioners, we currently have for replacement and rehabilitation, actually, on the Big Run Road Bridge over Big Run. While we were doing the design and doing some inspection, there was some additional work that we felt needed to be incorporated in the design. So this is asking the designers to incorporate that in the plan so that we can take care of it all at once.
Great. I'll move approval of 766-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 766-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 767-16, approval of the Morris Farms East Section 2 subdivision plat, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this is in Jefferson Township. This is the final plat, and presenting it to you for approval.
Move approval of 767-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 767-16 has been adopted.
Great, thank you. And in order, go Indians and go Buckeyes.
Don't do your best to not impede any of the business at Johnny's when you're doing the tracks on Trayview Road.
We'll of course have a special detour.
Good. And it's an institution. It's been there a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Domestic relations.
Resolution number 768-16, resolution authorizing supplemental appropriations for appointed council expenditures and placement costs.
Good morning,
Good
Commissioners.
morning.
Barb Reeves, Deputy Director. This resolution is requesting $424,461 to cover a projected deficit in our appointed council budget. These funds are used primarily to provide counsel for youth on unruly, delinquent, guardian ad litem cases where we provide counsel to the youth. This deficit will be partially offset by an increase in revenue of $265,329 from the Ohio Public Defender. Additionally, this resolution is requesting a supplemental appropriation in the amount of $438,400 for our residential treatment program, which is funded by the Ohio Department of Youth Services. Pending any questions, we request the approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 76816.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 768-16 has been adopted.
Thanks, Barb.
Great, thank you.
Barb.
Veteran Services.
Resolution number 769-16, resolution authorizing a consulting agreement with Isaac Wiles, Burkholder and Teeter LLC in an amount not to exceed $30,000 for legal and consulting services in the amount of $30,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is our second and final resolution authorizing the legal support for our upcoming negotiations.
Great. I'll move for approval of Resolution 76916.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 769-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks, Bud.
you, Bob.
Say hello to Judge Close and our friends at Isaac Wiles. Job and Family Services.
Resolution number 770-16, resolution approving a subaward agreement with Community Research Partners for research and data projects in the amount of $120,000.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Joy Bivens, Director of Job and Family Services. I'm a little slow this morning, Commissioner O'Grady. I didn't have my coffee.
Well, I've been hearing nothing but great stuff about Saturday everywhere I've been.
Me too.
Sunday, yesterday, everywhere I've been. Everybody's just raving about the symposium on Saturday. It was fantastic.
Yeah. At
Not
the
sure how we're gonna top that.
I don't know. I
At
don't
the Urban League yesterday, at the Empowerment Luncheon, there were people that were there Saturday who were speaking very positively about the event, the
Yeah.
symposium.
Same thing at Tridestone
Yeah.
on Sunday morning.
Oh, wonderful. One of the reasons I wanted to be here today before I get into the resolution is just to thank you, the county commissioners, county administration, for all of your support, the directors, the agencies that were represented. It just really meant a lot to, because I can't take credit for that event. I have a phenomenal team. But I just wanted to come today and just let you know that I appreciate the support and allowing us to kind of think outside the box and put that together. I'm hearing so many things about, faith-based and business and government being in the same room. I think we had about 300 or 400 people there on Saturday. So thank you so much for your support. I sincerely
Crowd
appreciate
just kept growing.
Yeah.
The longer I was there, the more people were there.
Yeah.
Did a great job, thanks.
Thank you, and thank you to the county administration for their support, Eric Janis and Ken Wilson for attending. I appreciate it, and Chris Long, thank you. So I am here to do the CRP resolution. Under this contract, CRP will collect, analyze, and make available original and secondary data to support planning and implementation of programs. In addition, they will manage and complete research projects defined by JFS in the county. Current projects for the contract period include completion of the Younger Youth Needs Assessment 0 to 12 years of age, completion of the Youth Development Community Framework, and initiation of the Early Childhood Quality Project. Pending any questions, I would ask for your approval of this resolution.
I am happy to move for passage of Resolution 77016.
I'm happy to second.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 770-16 has been adopted.
Thank you again, Commissioners.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Good job. Homeland Security and Justice Programs.
Resolution number 771-16, resolution authorizing a contract for professional services with Peggy S. White for coordination of the Volunteers in Public Safety Support Program, volunteer activities through the FY 2015 Justice Assistance Grant in the amount of $20,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Melissa Pearson on behalf of the Franklin County Homeland Security and Justice Programs. As you know, our office, in collaboration with the Central Ohio law enforcement community, established the Volunteers in Public Safety Support Program in 2010. We established this program to provide for a cadre of volunteers that are trained and credentialed and can assist public safety, not just police, but police, fire, and other public safety officials in the event of a man-made natural disaster or natural disaster. To date, we've grown the program to over 200 volunteers, and they, on average, provide about 2,000 hours of volunteer work to public safety. given how far we've evolved and how far we've come, we feel like we are at the point where we do need to bring on board a part-time paid staff person to track the volunteers, to track the outings we're sending the volunteers to. Funding will be supported through an FY 2015 JAG grant. Pending any questions, we respectfully request your approval.
I think this is important to make sure that the volunteers are doing what you ask them to do, and to make sure that they're feeling like they're important to the process in law enforcement, because often when you have a group of volunteers who want to be doing something and you don't give them something to do, they lose interest. So I think it's really a good thing to have somebody that's really paying attention to what they're doing
Absolutely.
and making them feel like what they're doing matters, because what they are doing matters.
It really does. And, you know, this has been a learning process. You know, volunteer management is a
Yeah.
field in and of
It's
itself.
very important.
And keeping and maintaining these graduates that we put, 8 to 10 weeks of training into is
Yeah,
really
it's-
important. And we do call them back monthly for different training opportunities. But you're right, making them feel part of the process is absolutely critical. And so I think this position will go a long way towards that.
It's also important, I know you know this so well, to keep skills updated.
Right.
Because technology changes. And I know, obviously, I've had a number of people that I know who have gone through this program.
Including yourself.
Yes, and
Yes.
it's very successful. But it's just it's a moving target. We have to keep people trained and up on.
Thanks, Commissioner.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 77116.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 771-16 has been adopted.
Thanks so much, Commissioners.
Human Resources.
Resolution number 772-16, resolution authorizing a contract with Clemens Nelson for a compensation study for the Department of Human Resources in the amount of $3,764.
You're all in pink today, Rob, including your socks.
Thanks for noticing, Commissioner.
Your wife dresses you well.
Just back from vacation.
Missed the socks.
You missed the socks? I'll show you later.
Have to catch a glimpse.
Face?
Yeah, it matches my face. Rob Young, representing Human Resources. During the most recent contract negotiations with the communication technicians over at the Sheriff's Office and the Fraternal Order of Police, Ohio Labor Council, the parties agreed to do a memorandum of understanding to do a compensation study. And the fact finder in his award directed us to do so. Clemens Nelson was selected, and they recently worked with us on non-bargaining. They also are conducting job audits for VOC agencies, so they have a good understanding of what we do. And this is time sensitive. We need to be done by December 30th, which with only about 30 positions over there, we should be able to do that. We're recommending entering into a contract with them for $3,764.
Great. I'll move for approval of Resolution 77216.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 772-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 773-16, resolution approving personnel actions.
Personnel actions this week at Department of Animal Care and Control, 1 new hire. Department of Job and Family Services, 5 transfers within the agency, 1 name change and 1 resignation. Fleet Management, 1 resignation. Office on Aging, 1 new hire. Public Facilities Management, 1 change to the hire date. And Sanitary Engineering, 1 new hire. Pending any questions or request approval of the resolution.
Move for approval of Resolution 77316.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 773-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thanks, Rob. Purchasing Department.
Resolution number 774-16, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,598,847.97. I'm sorry.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Balanier, representing Purchasing. The resolution before you requests your approval of 123 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as to the availability of funds by the county auditor. Pending any questions, we recommend their approval.
I will move for approval of Resolution 77416.
They're the same ones we went over in a briefing.
They are, Commissioner.
Nothing added. Thank you. Second.
Moved in second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 774-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Antoine, that's one of the many reasons why we have you read them. Too many times, we've been in the same spot. The Board of Commissioners.
Resolution number 775-16, resolution authorizing the county administrator to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the County Commissioners Association of Ohio Research and Education Foundation, Incorporated, for fiscal administrative services related to the 2017 National Association of Counties Annual Conference and Exposition.
Good morning, Commissioners. Chris Long, Deputy Administrator. This resolution is in support of next summer's conference, the National Association of Counties Annual Conference here in Franklin County. And the county is seeking fiscal administrative support for the accounting and administrative functions of the conference. And CCAO's Research and Education Foundation arm has stepped up to provide that support for us so that we can, and our staff can focus on the primary mission of the conference. As you know, over 3,000 elected officials and staff, exhibitors, presenters, and guests will be here in the county next summer, which will affect about 9,000 hotel rooms and an impact of nearly $8 million in the local economy. So with the approval of this resolution, that would approve a memorandum of understanding with the CCAO for these functions.
I will move for approval of 77516.
And there's no cost involved.
That is correct. That is all no cost, and the MOU, of course, has been approved by the Prosecuting Attorney's Office as well.
And I'm so proud that we are getting this here. I began working on this all the way back in 2006, and having been on the CCAO board since 2006, I know everyone throughout the state who's a commissioner is very excited about this conference. I'm happy to second the motion.
Moved in second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 775-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 776-16, resolution authorizing general fund supplemental appropriations related to the arena lease.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kenneth Wilson, County Administrator. This resolution is requesting your authorization of general fund supplemental appropriations related to the arena lease. This resolution will allow for the payment to be made for the fourth quarter based on revised casino revenue estimates.
I will move for approval of Resolution 77616.
Second.
Moved in second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 776-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 777-16, resolution in support of the Veterans Memorial and Museum.
Commissioners, Chris Long, Deputy County Administrator. This resolution is in support of the ongoing building of the new Veterans Memorial and Museum. As you know, back in December of 2013, the board supported the furtherance of the new Veterans Memorial and Museum, and at that time committed to providing up to $3 million in capital costs toward the new build. As you are aware, also, there are efforts underway in a bipartisan way to designate this a national Veterans Memorial Museum. We have Amy Taylor from the CDDC here, as well as General Leach. And we also are pleased and soon to have a speaker with Mr. Pope, who has been, and we really are welcoming his attention to the plaques that will be going up in both Memorial Hall and the Franklin County Room at the new facility. And after he speaks, I can speak a little bit more to that as well as Director Goodnow. But we really do appreciate sincerely the attention and the focus on ensuring that the Franklin County Room, in potentially a new nationally designated memorial and museum, will really highlight our Franklin County veterans and their role in our country's history. And so with that, I'll first turn it over to Amy and General Leach.
Good morning. I'm Major General Dennis Leitch, United States Army, retired, and I first want to apologize to this body for my footwear today. It certainly means no disrespect for the body, but this body has decided to allow its left ankle to explode. But I also, on behalf of the Military Advisory Committee to the National Veterans Memorial and Museum, and all of your constituents who are veterans in Franklin County and their families, I want to thank you for your leadership, your vision, and your support of this project. It is a iconic building that will be a great format for displaying and recognizing the service and sacrifice of veterans in Franklin County, Ohio, and throughout the nation, and we're very excited about it. I can assure you that notwithstanding some rocky ground we had with a less than unified veterans community here, the advisory committee is foursquare in favor of this. It's excited about it, and I don't know a single veteran in Franklin County or the state of Ohio or also nationally who I've shown architects' rendering of the building and the intent and the mission who are not excited about it. So I look forward to accomplishing our mission, which is not only to recognize the service and sacrifice of the nation's veterans and their families, but also to educate not only the grade schoolers, but also the grandparents about the sacrifices and service of the veterans of this nation. And it will be done right here in Ohio, in Columbus, and I think we should all be proud of that. I look forward in the summer of 2018 to standing with all of you on Broad Street saying, this is really neat. This is something that we've done, and it came a long way. And once again, I thank you for your vision and your support and your leadership in this. And notwithstanding any questions of me, I'll defer now to Amy Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you, General H. And I really am here to echo his sentiments. We appreciate everything that you've done, not just the resolution that's on the agenda today, but you have been the leaders of this project and its true and early champions from the beginning. And you really deserve recognition and credit for that. So I definitely echo what General H. said. As Chris mentioned, we've had legislation introduced into the U.S. House of Representatives and the United States Senate, bipartisan, last month, so that we can designate our institution that's being built right now as the National Veterans Memorial and Museum. With 22 million living veterans, including 700,000 World War II veterans, who are passing away at a rate of 372 a day. The time is now. When we learned that there was no National Veterans Memorial, we were thrilled to have partners like you join us in saying, we need to focus on this. And this is not a military museum, and it's not a war memorial. It is about the veterans and their stories. And so we're just expanding the scope. The story was bigger than what we started with. And so all of those wonderful and universal exhibit themes that we have shared, such as the power of taking the oath, and what it was like for our veterans to come home and how we understand it was different depending on the era. And then, of course, now we have the opportunity to look at national elements like our Tuskegee Airmen, but through a local lens like the Lockbourne Training Facility. And as Chris mentioned, we're thrilled that we can have a Franklin County room. It's where we envision the symposiums and the lectures and the special events to be. And so people from all over the country, as they make a pilgrimage here to celebrate and learn about the sacrifice of veterans and to celebrate their honor that they have, they're going to be understanding the Franklin County commitment. If you've been able to navigate Broad Street with all of the improvements, you can see it's coming out of the ground. The complex concrete structure we began in December 2015. So we're about 10 months underway, and it's really coming out of the ground. You can begin to see that iconic architecture take place. And as General H. said, we look forward to opening this to the community, to our entire country, and really honor that sacrifice and celebrate their service in the summer of 2018.
I actually think the National Museum has a greater draw because of what we are in Central Ohio with so many veterans here, it really gives us the ability to give a picture nationally as well as locally. It's a draw for the whole nation to come here to see the stories of veterans from all over the country. I am thrilled that we've expanded and done this as a national, as well as giving the local picture of veterans and their families. I think this is what we are all about in Central Ohio. I think this works so much better.
Thank you so much, Commissioner.
I really do.
Amy, Major General H, if you guys know, what's the current progress of the bill in Congress?
I know that they are seeking co-sponsors now and hope to advance it when they come back into session after the election.
Well, we certainly have friends in Washington,
we
not
do.
only from the Ohio delegation, and we have friends around the country that we can access. So if you need any help with that, I know I'll be going to DC at least in January and February.
Great.
So if you need any help with any of that, let us know, and we'd be happy to.
We never turn down help, so we will be in touch.
Have you
Great.
we haven't done a letter, have we?
We would love to talk with you about that.
Yeah,
That would be
great.
We should at least do that. I
We
mean,
would
at the very
absolutely.
least, that we can send to whoever you need it to go to.
That would be great, Commissioners. Your support would lend a lot.
Happy to.
Well, and having a veteran among our congressional delegation
Yes.
doesn't hurt either with Congressman Stivers.
Yes.
I just talked to him last week, and I think he's pretty excited about this, too. I certainly echo what my colleagues have said this morning. This has been kind of a long time coming, but it's going to be perfect when it opens in 18. And it will be well worth the wait to do it right and make sure that we do, in fact, get that national designation. And I just want to thank General H in particular, who signed on to this at a time when there was not unity in the veterans groups here, and you've made an outstanding difference. And we really, we're humbly representing the people of Franklin County, but you all have been total volunteers, and we really appreciate your service and that of Senator Glenn's as well.
We also have Mr. Pope here, who would like to speak, so it's great to have you. It's, you know what, consistency is a phenomenal thing, so I wouldn't imagine we would have a conversation in this room about Veterans Memorial if you weren't here, so welcome.
Thank you, Commissioners. I appreciate that very much. Yes, persistence. It's been important to me as far as Veterans Memorial. Obviously, we had some differences of opinion on keeping the existing Veterans Memorial versus a new one. What's happened's happened, but the interest that I've had now has been the memorial plaques and the disposition of those plaques there. It's been very important to me. My father was a veteran of the Korean War. My father-in-law, veteran of the Korean War also, and my great uncle was a veteran of World War II and fought in the South Pacific throughout the war. So veterans have been very important to me and very close to my heart there too. And the plaques have been important because it represents the names of many, many servicemen have died across the world, in all different parts of the world, that have passed away and died in the field of combat, to support our freedom and the American way there. So those plaques are very important that they are displayed, properly and not forgotten there too. So that's why I've been very persistent in that regards there too. And Chris and Mr. Lowry and your staff, I appreciate that, and Mr. Wilson too, for providing information. You requested things many times just to make sure that stays in the forefront. I do appreciate everybody's efforts in that regards too. And these plaques are very important because you look at all the memorials around the country. I've had the honor to be at Pearl Harbor and on 2 occasions. 2 years ago was the last time I was there, and it's a very humbling and moving experience to walk out on the USS Arizona Memorial and look at the names of 1,177 service members that died on December 7th, 1941. There's memorials in Washington, D.C., whether it's the Vietnam Veterans Memorial or you go to any city and town across this great country, and you have memorials, in town squares, that have the names of those that have, served and been killed and so forth. So I think it's very important that we do, maintain that. And I had an opportunity to talk with Chris a couple minutes before the commissioners meeting here this morning, and, was, very assured to know that you're looking at displaying those plaques not only at the, the Veterans Hall, but also in the new Veterans, Ohio, or National Veterans Memorial Museum. So very pleased to see that there too, because one of the things that Veterans Memorial did provide to us, it was a one-stop shop, if you want to look at it that way. It was a memorial, it housed the veteran service agencies and also the plaques, and that was required back in the early 1950s when Ohio Revised Code 345 was put into place, basically to, take care of Veterans Memorial. So, I'm pleased to see the progress and that's going to, stay displayed there too. One particular point I know, in the original terms, in the resolution number 0906-13, and I'll just read it just verbatim. It's pretty short little thing. Item 11 in the term C, it says the name of the project shall be the Ohio Veterans Memorial Museum. The name shall not be changed without the agreement of both CDDC and the Board of Commissioners. So I just wanted to point that out to make sure from a legal and a contractual lease, sublease agreement that is something that has been put in place, so, all the i's are dotted and t's are crossed. So,
When we get the designation,
Yes.
we will absolutely work on the change that needs to be made.
Mhm.
And appreciate you bringing it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry Director Bramlish left earlier, but I know that the folks at the Veteran Service Commission are excited about having the plaque come down to to Memorial Hall when that time comes. This has been, a long ride.
Yeah.
Not always smooth, but long. And now we can see the light at the end of the tunnel here with this project. It's something that's very exciting for all of us. And I'm just hoping that in the summer of 18, when the time comes to cut the ribbon, that we have a lot of smiling faces and a lot of people that are very happy, and we can forget about some of the things that happened over the last few years. So, I just seeing you in the crowd nowadays always seems like a good thing.
Okay.
So it wasn't, maybe
Thank you.
wasn't always that way.
We
but
haven't
it seems,
seen a
always seems like a
smile
good thing.
on
Yes.
you in a
Yeah.
very long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
So, we've made a little progress.
Yes,
We
we
have
have.
more progress to be made, and I know until you see those plaques up,
right.
we haven't done what we needed to do. So there's still work to be done,
Right.
and we know that.
And we hope you'll, in conversations with my fellow daughters of the American Revolution, assure them that we have taken good care of those plaques and that you're here to remind us to do so.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Mr.
your time this morning.
Mr. Pope, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
And thank all of you. I will move for passage of Resolution 777-16.
Happily seconded.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 777-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thanks.
Thank you, Chris.
Antoine, do we have any journalizations this morning?
None.
Okay, well then that concludes today's meeting. We'll see everybody next week. Go Tribe.